What is up, everyone? Hopefully you had a good weekend. I'm just gonna go through my charts on my own and figure out which ones look good, which ones don't. Go through all of the long and short term. There are pretty much like 500 of them real quick to figure out what looks good and what doesn't. Let's pull up futures today, see what they are doing here. Slight bump. Hopefully we can get a strong start to March here after a fairly brutal last 2 weeks of February. If there's any positive news around stimulus, that should help us kind of reverse course here. But as you've seen over the last 2 weeks, at all-time highs, is going to be a bumpy ride up there without some notable tailwind behind us. And right now there's nothing, but if we can get stimulus or something along those lines to kind of propel us, artificially inflate the market up into that corner, then feel pretty confident about these indexes going to all-time highs here, and by a large margin, but still in a neutral position, so can't really make any definitive calls here until we see that true push up above the resistance. So on the NASDAQ, needed to get up here at least to 13,200 before we can say, hey, a glimmer of hope and potential for it to kind of reverse course here. But for now, futures looking half decent, but doesn't mean much overnight because they change very frequently. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'll just pull up the YM, but it's the same thing right now, both up a couple basis points. Getting that bounce right here on that. And if I pull it down to the 4-hour, so it didn't come down and touch the support that was, believe, the March low or November low. So both are fine. Need them to get up above the short-term resistance lines, which is what the NASDAQ and Dow are trying to do here. All right, so what I'm going to do is just go through this watch list here, kind of pull up everything and speed through this to see which ones are good, which ones aren't. So this one, clearly long-term, like the whole sector. If you're a long-term investor, American Airlines, it's good. Not much to say here on AAP. Kind of within this wedge here. Alright, so back to where I was before I lost my train of thought. Apple, obviously going to trade in line with the broader index here. You can see it broke through all the support with just the massive sell-off. So looking for this to get above that resistance, and then you play that bounce back. So depending upon the broader index here, this one looks good for that intermediate term reversal back up to all-time highs here. Looking for that move up there. Kind of the same channel on the bottom. So Apple here, there's definitely room down here, but all going to depend on what the NASDAQ decides to do. So best of best there. Airbnb, I mean, this one's just crazy how it it can hold a $123 billion valuation. Mind-blowing to me, but it's trading in this channel, so I guess the market values these things how it sees fit. So depending upon the market, looking for that move up to 230 here on Airbnb. ABR, I think this is long term, yeah. So looking for the long-term move up to 24 within the channel. ACB, obviously wheat is weak and punished here with broader market weakness. I have a low entry here. I think it was sub 7 or something like that. So just playing the long game here now, waiting for a turn to see if we can get this bigger move up to the midline at 35, but that's obviously going to take some legislative tailwinds and approvals here to really restart the momentum in the weed sector here. Acuity ads, ad tech is exceptionally hot. This is a trade desk TTD equivalent. So the DSPs, the publicly traded ones, are Trade Desk. You have Viant Technologies, Adelphic, ticker DSP. That one's crushed it. And then you have Acuity, which is a much smaller player. Trades over the counter. But if you get kind of broader strength within ad tech, then you can expect this one to get up there as well. So this one's definitely lagging the group. Like it a lot. I'll just pull up the others just so you can see. I'll just do ad tech overall right now. So you have Acuity, you have DSP, which is a new IPO. That's Viant. As I say on all of these IPOs, you need to be exceptionally careful because anything that doesn't have a lot of price history, you never know where this thing is going to go. So, tough call here. Kind of want to see it get above that resistance and then look for that reversal up, but you never really know where these things can fall when there's just no pattern here. So I'm just going to add an alert here, add this to my watch list. DSP, red. So you have DSP, you have Pubmatic, which I was pretty much all over. This one's exploded though, above and beyond where I thought it'd go. You can see it kind of got that third leg higher there, which is impressive. So don't need that anymore. Kind of connect the dots now. So that is there it is. Pubmatic, Magnite, just another one. Make it mid acquisition of a video based competitor called Spot Exchange. So the reason that Magnite's doing so well is that they have the best scaled assets in terms of inventory that they have access to, namely in connected TV. They have Hulu. I think they're the primary SSP for Hulu inventory, and obviously Hulu is blowing up given the lack of kind of live sports on traditional TV, so people have shifted to connected TV. So this one looks good above 51 because then you're looking for a move to 60. Likely going to get it. So I think Major was talking about this, but I like this for a reversal here, short term. let me just pull up a note sheet so I can write this all down. Alright, so DSP, I have short watch list. See if we can get the reversal there. MGNI, like this one for a reversal here. This is kind of the category leader within the SSP industry. That's just called a supply side platform. So essentially how it works is you have demand side platforms. That's the trade desk. They're kind of sourcing buyer demand from ad agencies. And then you have supply side platforms that are pulling kind of available ad inventory off of publisher websites. So yahoo.com, they have all these slots for advertisements. The SSP pulls those ads into an exchange, passes it through the exchange, and then the DSP bids on it. So that's essentially how it works. CRTO, this one I called at down here at 18, saying they completely reinvented their business, and surely enough, this thing has exploded to new highs. The pattern wouldn't have showed you that. The only way you could have picked that up was fundamentals, which I have a pretty good pulse on. So you can see why is that this line got knocked off a bit. But you can see it's heading up here to at least 41. Oh shit. So at least 41, but the more likely one probably be up there to 49. There's not really that much resistance at 41, 42. So CRTO, gonna make its way up to that 49 level. Looks very strong. They're trying to reinvent their business, and just this whole sector is incredibly hot. So that is all the ad tech players. Okay, so ADP, let's see, anything here? Not really, but it's going to get up. So this was all that's an oversell. It's going to get back up to at least 178, and then we'll see what happens there. Not much to do. Let me just fix this. So 179 ADP, not much there. This one pressured high growth momentum runner here, Autodesk. 3D software. Let's see, it's holding in there. Let's see, what is this line? Not even valid. So you're gonna get a nice reversal here if the broader index is strong, which it. If I had to gamble, I think we're gonna see a nice reversal here on a lot of on the broader market. So this one looks good for that bounce back up into the 300 range. Keep in mind two things. These patterns, they're not gonna hold in broader market weakness. So unless there's just a massive breakdown, you need to be cognizant of that. And then the next, if there's earnings, never play a pattern going into earnings. That is how you will get burned. Play fundamentals through earnings. So do not rely on a pattern to tell you where a stock is supposed to move. It could tell you kind of resistance and etc. if you have that gap up or gap down, but earnings, more so than not, are going to lead to that gap up, gap down. It's impossible to tell with a pattern what direction you're going to move in there. So Autodesk, let me just pull up. Give me 1 second. I assume they must have just reported, because I see a bunch of analyst upgrades here. Yeah, you can see in the mid 300s. So that, I mean, for long-term investors, Autodesk is a monster. Adyen, so it got all the way up to where I thought it would, which is kind of that 54 mark at that upper resistance level. Now coming down. This is a nice one. I may look to take a position here on the reversal. This is one that just continues to push higher. And it should push up to the 61 level if we get that market strength. So I really like this one. You can see kind of that improving baseline here in the channel. It's always a good sign. And you kind of get that parabolic phase if we get the market strength that hopefully we are anticipating here. So I'm going to add an alert, call it right above there. See if I can play that reversal. But this is another best of best. Like this one a lot. AEP, nothing. The firm continues to be pressured here. Let's see. So it's right on the resistance line here on the 4 hour. So it's very annoying that when I switch time horizons that line tends to move. But it is what it is. So on the 4 hour, it's kind of at this resistance, looking for that turn. Let's see if this went all the way down for that full retest. Looks like it. Yeah. So I sold it at 100. This looks like a pretty decent spot to re-add it and just keep a tight stop loss, call it at 88. So I like this again for see. Probably get that push back up to 123 if we have some relative strength here. It's kind of bouncing and then comes up here, channels before trying to make its way up here, which would be you can see that's kind of a equal measure as well. You get that sideways movement in here and that spike up. It's kind of equal distance across, so I always like to see that. So that is a firm like the company fundamentally. It fits into that Afterpay, AFTPY, Catapult, BF. Let me double check that. I always mess that up. I think Catapult is, no, it's FSRV. So FSRV, I use TD Ameritrade. So I like this one a lot for that longer term move. 12 billion here. FSRV, I mean, this one obviously destroyed as well because SPACs just, once again, when you don't have price history in a weak market, it's not going to be in your favor. But I'm going to look to add here, because I really do like this one a lot. Just based upon pure valuation here. On the daily, let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're still significantly oversold, so I'm going to look to take a much larger position here. Let me just check out it's the wrong. I want to just check out the fib levels here. Yeah, so 76 bounce there. So FSRV looks pretty damn good for a ad here. I'm gonna add an alert, but looking to create a longer term position. So affirm FSRV, monitor for long term position build here. Adyen equals that's a short-term retest. So looking at that one, just go through these. So you got that move up here. I assume this is genomics. That looks pretty good on that support. If this is genomics, I mean, crushed with the market here, but this is down almost 50% off the top here. So that definitely looks interesting. Just gonna add it to the watch list. AL, still longer term trade idea, looking for 80. AMAT, it's a pretty impressive hold up there at the top. Let's see, it's in this channel, not much for me though. AMBA got all the way up to my target. That was a trade idea. Perfect. AMD, so this one obviously breaking down with market weakness. Best of best though. Let's see here. That's the start of the channel, and that's where it's holding. So this looks pretty good to me in terms of entry if you want to play this longer term. Because you're looking for that move still to 120. So I mean, a lot of this is predicated on the market moving up into the corner. Did I self-learn investing? No, I do this for a living. So yeah, this one looks good if it can turn here. So I like this for those that like these blue chip mega caps. Pretty kind of stable support there. You just keep a tight stop loss, kind of call it sub 80, and you shouldn't see too much damage here in this position. Amazon, same story. This one's also kind of breaking down here, but this one's definitely in an attractive position relative to a lot of these. Definitely like this spot for Amazon more than pretty much all of the the major megas, just where it's sitting. This is right on support here. I mean, pretty much, if the market moves, you're almost guaranteed that $300 turn here. You can see how long it's traded sideways, hasn't broken out. I think part of that due to the Bezos step down. Make sure to follow the channel, by the way, so you can get alerted. This week I'm going to be live a lot, so you're going to want to get the alerts when we're live, and then use those Twitch Prime subs, and then Greg put the Discord link if you're coming from Twitch. So Amazon loved this, best of best long term. AFA, not much there. Weed, Appian, nothing. This one should be strong. Again, you can see it's breaking out, so this should move up. So this is actually reversal candidate here. They made an acquisition of a company called Ad Colony. It's another mobile ad network. Like I said, mobile or ad tech is just very hot, so everyone's trying to consolidate assets here. You can see this one looks like it wants to retest 100, breaking out of this resistance, and then should head back up here. So looking for this to get up and reverse here, which it should. Massive, yeah, 14% move, I believe, on the news. APXT, nothing much there. AquaBiome still stuck below resistance. May add this. I need to add probably a decent amount to this down here. It looks like it's bottoming out, and you could get a fairly nice reversal here. ARRY, solar. I have an alert set up here, so this one's on my watch list now. Looking for that reversal. Came down and touched this support down here. Now looking for that reversal out. Solar overall weak, but when this turns, you're going to get a massive move here. Pretty much a double. Activision, best of best. Video games strong, continue to be strong in 2020. Got up to that 105 target that I had initially. Coming down a bit, but market cycles higher, that should go to 150. AXTI. This one already moves, nothing there. AYX, it's dog shit.
This is doo-doo, baby.
Done touching this one. Let's see, massive pressure here. AZEK. Just has to get up, and then you'll get that reversal higher for the retest there on AZEK. AXON. Yeah, I'm not sure why I don't have AXON. I think they the ticker change. So AXON, police body cameras, just a monster. See how parabolic this one went. I was watching this one at 80. Clearly missed out, but you can see kind of the improving baseline coming down now, trying to tag that support again. So it looks like it's almost on, yeah, right there where it's trying to bounce now. Let's see this on the daily. Yeah, AXON. Well, they don't have too many large scale competitors. But yeah, you can see where it bounced and now it's trying to reverse higher. So yeah, this is a good call. This is definitely a watchless one here. Moves pretty fast. AZN, nothing there. AZO, nothing really there. Although this is another strong auto aftermarket retailer stock. You can see it's on support, so you may get that push back to 1200. BAND, this is interesting. It's on the support now. Came back 40 bucks essentially. I like this. So the move is up into this corner over time. So if you get green here, look for that reversal above that short-term resistance. So this is a really good, still intermediate term. Nothing's changed there, but this is definitely a better entry for intermediate term trade. BB, nothing. Bed Bath Beyond, you got the move. So this broke all the way down. This is also interesting here. Market weakness crushed it, and now it's on support. And they're a best to best retailer. I like this for equals long term. Yeah, I mean, I'll get to those. We're early in the alphabet here. So I like Best Buy here because the longer term move is the breakout with the market, and then this puts it up at 180-ish. So that's a massive move here. Nothing. BEEM. Watch list if it gets above that resistance still. So nothing really there yet. Broke down with the broader market. Let's see. If I go on the weekly, just want to believe, yeah, that looks like the 50% mark there. From, call it here to here. Yeah, it's pretty close to it. So usually when they come back to the 50 and they hold it, that's a good sign of a kind of explosive move off of it, and then reversal. So it broke all of those supports. So look for a reversal here above 45. You can get a massive move. Kind of halved itself. So watch list still. BEKE. Been trading sideways for quite some time here, so look for, I mean, anything down in this lower part of the channel looks pretty good for a reversal up here to the 77 level. So just keep your eyes on this one. Intermediate term, I think you see 100. BETZ is the best of best. Long term, just playing thematics here. Sports betting ETF. So BFT, you didn't get the move because of the broader market weakness here. But I like this one and the acquisition target as well. So this is what it held right there. You can see fairly stable there. Fortunately didn't bounce and then got rejected up here because of market weakness, but now it's looking to make a pretty fast recovery in my opinion. So looking for this to get up to 17 here, short order. May look to add this because there's a much bigger move in play here. Biohaven, nothing. Big Lots moved up. Big Commerce just continues to struggle below this resistance line, but I'm playing the long game here on this one, so it is what it is for now. Over time, looking for that 160 retest. Bill, so that was a trade idea at 108, got all the way up to 200, so nice double there. That's another best of best. Look for a retest here if it turns above that resistance, which is what it's trying to do. So let's see, it's like 169 and you're looking for that retest up to 200. So a push above 169 equals retest to 200. Keep in mind, this is all things considering that the market proves to start to gain some momentum back here. This one pressured with market weakness, was trying to turn and then got brought down with the broader market, so nothing here yet. Just keeping on my watch list. It's a good one if we get Bitcoin surge here. You're looking for 85 BLOK. Bingo, you can see, so it came down and tagged this support at 8. Genomics overall, the whole sector got hit hard. Just look at the ARRY ETF, and that will give you a good understanding of kind of where the sector sits. But I like this longer term. So on a turn, I'm going to add because you get a 50% move up to 16. Kind of holding this, hovering right below this purple resistance line. Pretty neutral position. You can see there's definitely room down here to 38,000. Can't rule that out. There's decent support here at 42, which is just the previous resistance, and then sometimes these instruments or equities will come down, kind of use previous resistance as support, and then turn higher. So not sure what this is going to do yet. Beyond Meat, nothing. Although you can see the resistance right here, which is where it's getting rejected. So keep an eye on this one actually for that, because it looks like it's trying to hook out. And when you get that hook, you get that, should get a move back to one. So to this resistance right here, call it 180. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx the NQ. So you can see that hooking motion, and now it's trying to get back up there. So if we get the market strength that hopefully we shall see in the next week or so, then you'll see that move up to 183. BZUN got all the way up to that 56 target I had. Probably needs to come in a little bit more. Let's see. So this one, just look for the turn here fairly shortly. It's on short-term support. Cake, nothing really there. Calmain, nothing. Can, I believe, is Bitcoin related, so not much there. Looks like it just broke this support though. No, it's holding it. So hopefully you can get a reversal here on Bitcoin. We shall see. CSIV destroyed. Cardlytics, nothing, although this is a very good marketing tech stock. Like this one a lot. So this may come down a few more dollars and then turn higher. That's a good one. Shag got all the way up to that $115 target that I had. Let's see. On a channeling, and then came back down with the market. So let me just fix. Don't need these anymore. Through the old channel. Don't need that. So kind of needs to turn above that resistance right there. On purple, close, call it above 100 for you to get that reversal back up here. Right now, looks like it's heading down to 90, but we shall see what the broader market does. CHWY. So it was supposed to get up there, delayed. Broke the short-term support right here, and now it's kind of holding this support right here. You can see how parabolic this one's been. So that is like the worst case support, which do not anticipate it to come even close to right now. What it needs to do is get above this resistance, call it at 105, and then you get that reversal back up here into the 130 level. So that is kind of the channel it's in right now. So look for a move above this resistance line. And that's a nice $30 move. This was nothing there, broke down, didn't do the retest, so not much to say on this one. It's holding that, but not sure what the status of the merger is here, so anyone follow this one? See that downward channel there. This one Looking for the longer term move up to 65. CLSK destroyed with Bitcoin and the broader market here. This one's definitely interesting with how much it's been destroyed at 23. This one's going to stay on the watch list. This one can be removed. CNC, I like this positioning for the longer term move here. So CNC, the longer term move is to 107. Kind of getting that sideways consolidation phase here. Not too far off the March lows, so look for this one to move at least $10 here. Relatively short term. NASDAQ futures are heating up a bit, which is a good sign. CNNE, nothing. Codex, nothing. So that was a successful idea. Got all the way up to 124 when we posted it at sub 90. Cone. This one definitely looks interesting. I'm gonna add it to the watch list. Costco, best of best long term. Let me add it to it, which is, I believe, blue. CRSP destroyed. This one I'm adding to the watch list because I like how far it's coming down here. CRSR, another one that if it can get above this blue resistance line, then we'll see a move up to 50. Looks good though. I like this, and I just bought a Corsair computer. Apparently I overpaid by a couple grand, but we will have high quality material coming out. CRTO I went through. This one trades in line with Apple. Cirrus Logic, I believe they're a supplier. Nothing there right now. Broke that support, so this is gonna need Apple to turn in order to do what it's got to do. You can see this one actually looks pretty good. You can see it's in this wedge here. And the top of the wedge is $40 above. So if you keep a tight support under this bottom, it's tight stop loss, call it at 200 under this bottom support. It's good risk reward there. CSD. Forget what this one is, but longer term trade idea to 90. CSIQ, that one panned out already to the 60 level, and now it's come back a decent amount. So I did that full W that we're looking for. It is, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I like solar. That's why I bought tan. Looking for the longer intermediate term move up to 90 here. Curiosity stream. So this was an idea posted from 15 to 20. Pretty spot on there. Come back pretty hard. It hit 24, so I'm going to add this one back to the watch list. Curaleaf, still like this one. Intermediate term. Should be green now. We got the short-term move. Intermediate term is up there to 33. Just weakness with the pot stocks.
No! No!
Thank you, Wall Street Bets. CVS, you can see it's not much there. CWH coming down pretty hard. This is going to be another re-add for me. I still have my position, but it's not a massive one. I like where it's coming here for that reversal. Pretty steep bars here. Let's see if there was. Yeah, I'm a Twitch virgin. Let's see. CWH. I wonder if they have earnings. $2.26. Alright, well, those look like cheap shares for the long term. So, I like it. Who doesn't love RVs, right? So, yeah, sticking with my intermediate term projection there of 70 plus. I think it's feasible. DAL, long-term trade idea. Should add it to that list. Just airlines overall. Dow, that got up to that $45 target that $40 target that I had, and then some. So this was another successful trade idea there. Not much there now. DoorDash, this one's significantly overvalued in my opinion, so staying away from it. Probably a trade opportunity if it can break above this resistance right here. So call it 175. Get that move back up, but for now, so 175 to 215 would be the trade idea if you can get that breakout. Diebold, so ATMs overall thematically aren't going away. So this one is still very well positioned here. If it comes down a bit more, I like this for entry. Whoa. So it's getting very close here. It's probably worth to take a shot soon. It's a nice only 50 cents lower, and then you can look for that swing higher here. So keeping my eyes open, and I'll add this one to my watch list as well. The longer term move is up there to call it 21. And there's a lot of room here. Let's see what the street says. Yeah, so I mean, fairly bullish here. DD, so this was cleared now. So this one did that spike to 80 from 68 that we were talking about, and now it's coming back down, and then looking for kind of that longer term move back up to 130. This one definitely takes a while, so it's a multi-year move. Let's see here. DD. I mean, it's another kind of one that ran up massively. You could get a nice spike here. A lot of momentum stripped out, $20. So adding this to my watch list like this. So I like this one a lot. If we can get a reversal here, which we likely will, you can see there's a lot of room up on this one. So adding this alert, looking for a reversal above 37.5, and then you can get that kind of parabolic move again. Datadog, so this came all the way down to where I thought it would, and now it's on that resistance line. I like this a lot. It's on pretty nice support here. I'm going to have to add more to it. So when I rebought, I think at 100 again, I wrote that there was room down to 95, and sure enough, it came down. But I like this pattern long term. Fundamentally strong company. There's still a 50% move here, in my opinion. So like that a lot. Nothing there. Disney, best of best. Longer term moves up to 250. DraftKings kind of just sitting here, although it's approaching this resistance, so could get a nice breakout here very soon. Got rejected, as you can see. Kind of strip out that oversell. Let's see, it's in. All right, yeah. So it's in this wedge formation here. The longer term move, as I've always said, is up to 90. And you should get that with some form of legalization. So stick with it. DKS got all the way up to the $80 target I was talking about, coming back down. This is they're definitely a best of best retailer here. So let's see, it's on support. It's 71, and the move would be back up to 83. Let me just re-add this back to best of best. DLR, nothing. DLTR, getting even a further drop than I thought. And this is out here. But the longer term move is up to that 145 level. Let's see. Getting this early. So in this downward channel right now. Very similar to what happened over here. So I think that's what I had drawn out just a little bit differently, but generally speaking, that's what you're looking for. So that spike out up to that 120 level at a minimum. Wow, this one came down a lot. This is actually interesting here. Gonna add this one back. You can see how much momentum was kind of stripped out here. It looks like it's at the 50, just visually. Let's see. It's under it. Oh no, it's like on it. So that's the 50 right there. So yeah, look, this one's definitely a watch list one. This could be a really nice reversal play here. Let's see. Pretty firm resistance there, but if it turns, then get a nice move. You just keep a tight stop loss under the support, call it at 35. So DNMR. DocuSign. So trading in that channel pretty tightly. Look for potentially it to come down a bit. We'll just watch the index, but it's definitely a long-term best of best. This one, Domino's got kind of crushed here on earnings. And now it's hanging in no man's land. Let's see. It's kind of in that descending triangle, broke out to the bottom. Let's see, where's the support here? There's definitely room down there, which is definitely possible that it pulls back to this low 300 range. Just gonna need to monitor this. So you can see it kind of, it's in this right here, clone, which is where it kind of bounced as well. So right there, it bounced. So look for this to potentially reverse higher and break out, but also a possibility that it drops down here. But I still love Domino's long term. So this is Domino's, still good. DSP went through already. DXC looks halfway decent here for a bounce, but I'm not sure on this one fundamentally. So just on the watch list. Dexcom, nothing. EA pulling back. Equal, nothing. Edit. So this one definitely crushed here. Looking for this reversal out. Because I like this one long term thematically, fundamentally, but unfortunate market crushed it. Now it's kind of lining up to a similar position of what was seen here on the left. This should start to turn, and then when it turns, it will break fast. This is basing pretty nice, Ellie. So you can see it trying to turn, and then it will get up to this 36 level. It's kind of through this resistance already. So looking for a breakout of the corner. Looks good. It's got knocked off with market weakness, so didn't kind of pan out short term, but it will intermediate term. This one's just the best of best longer term. Gonna look for that reversal here soon. Solar weakness across the board, but looking for that reversal here off this green support line and back up into the 230s once it gets above this line here. ESTC, so got into that peak, overbought, came back down, touched the previous resistance. That's usually, so that's pretty much the same thing that happened with, so it's funny how that works out. Like that peak oversell leads to almost equal overbought. It usually comes up, comes back down, and then tags that previous resistance line, which this one did. And you can see that's a fairly big move there, back up to the top at 160, so $30. So I like this one for short-term reversal. Gonna add that. ETH got all the way up to that 2000. Look at that. So the chair pattern first leg up across equal measure to the first leg, got all the way up to that 2,000 mark perfectly, and came back down. Now let's see where she sits. So decent spot to take some shots here for that kind of U reversal cupping pattern that we look for all the time. So this one looks pretty good. ETH Etsy best of best, gonna get up to 255. Ever still looking to complete that move for a retest of 63. May come down to 47 first. So we got that. That's now. So we got the short-term move, which was call it up to 50 from down here at 36, and now looking for that move up to 64. This one's a monster. Been talking about this one best of best. Just gonna continue to move higher. Exact science. So it's on this resistance line here. Let's see, where's the support? So it fell through the support and now buying it back up. Looking for that reversal up to 162 again. So gonna keep that on my watch list. That looks pretty good, and I'll actually add an alert on this short-term resistance here. Excel got all the way up, very close to what I was looking for. EXPC also got all the way up. There's another trade idea. 15 got up to 19, all the way back. Just gonna add this back to my watch list. Expedia, intermediate term trade idea to 210. Actually, I think it's even farther than that. Should be, yeah. Or no, it's 210. Makes sense. And then you probably get this reflection of this drop on the other side. So, yeah, it's probably 260, 270 plus there, intermediate term. EXPI, that one definitely got up there. A monster. Online real estate just continues to be so hot. Fastly, I think that's a longer term trade idea. This one's trading sideways, and this is actually a pretty good position to add it for that move to 75. So I haven't really been looking at Fastly fundamentally in quite some time. ETH, you're definitely looking for that reversal to 2000 short term. I'd have to look at it again. So I need to look at that one fundamentally. Facebook, kind of same type of thing as Amazon, just sitting here in the corner in the wedge. Fuel cell. I have an alert here. So this is a watch list one. Alert for reversal. FedEx knocked sideways. See, it's on this support here. The longer term move would be up to 420. So Foot Locker, I put this in the fundamental research section. Nike is changing their wholesale distribution strategy and taking away allocations from non-strategic partners. So that's like the small independent retailers in Europe. That should benefit the strategic partners like a Foot Locker, JD Sports, which is Finish Line, Dick's Sporting Goods, etc. So those main big brand banners are going to benefit from distribution pull-ins from independent footwear retailers. There's a lot of them in Europe, and that's where they're making a bunch of their wholesale changes. So Foot Locker kind of down here, bottom of the channel. Look for this to reverse higher to 58. Looks pretty good. Flux, so this one's just gotten destroyed with the rest of them. See a bounce there, pressured on this resistance line. So this is one that when market strengthens, you're going to see big reversals. I'm going to just add this to watch list now. 1-800 Flowers knocked pretty hard here through support, so just need to watch that one. FND in that consolidation phase, also in another nice channel here, looking for that move above that resistance, so let's add that up into this 106 again. The intermediate terms to 130 there. Shift 4 was all over this one on the run up. Looks very strong. Sure, just yeah, just send me the name of it and I'll look at it. But let's see here. So shift 4, nothing there. JFrog, this one shit on. Let's see where it bounced. So need a reversal here. This one looks like a big commerce chart. Fastly looking for that reversal, so it's on the watch list. Bounced on this support at 68, still under this blue intermediate term or short term resistance line, looking for that turn higher. FSR spot on, went through that. That's posted in the group. FSRV went through already. FTIV, nothing here. Just taking this off my watch list. FTOC. So, okay, not sure what happened there, but it's in this descending channel. No, I haven't. Let me pull it up. Just give me a second. So FTOC here, just delayed with market weakness in this descending channel, but it's holding this baseline here at 11 pretty well, and I like this for the move back up to 18. I'm going to start adding to this. I like the target that they're acquiring. So I invest in fundamentally strong companies. Yeah, this is always recorded. Alright, so ADYEY. This is it, right? You can see the short-term channel here, which is what it moved through. Fairly nice. And then what you do to calculate the move, just measure the distance there. So that's one peak up, and then you're going to get an equal move to the upside. So it looks a little distorted, but these lines are equal. It's just it's tough for me to show them both at the same time. But the equal move up here is to call it 165. So that's what you're looking for here. You may get that because you've got this oversold condition, and it's not reflected on the other side here. And for those that are new, every time you have an oversold, it's going to get reflected on the other side as an overbought. So that's essentially what, I don't know what this is, unless it's a glitch. Is that a glitch, or is that actually... Or is that actually a sell-off from kind of pump and dump. Regardless, you're going to get a move up here to 165, 170. And it looks like it's trying to do that right now. So it would be, you kind of do that equal measure between the peaks here. And it puts it right up there. So you have the A, B, and then you're looking for the C peak up here at 170. Okay, yeah, so disregard that, but regardless, you're getting this move up here. You can see it's setting up to break out. Once it gets past that resistance, it's going to get up here. So this looks good for that move there. Let me go back to where I was. FUBU, like I said, overvalued. Wouldn't be touching this one. Although the valuation is definitely getting more compelling down here. But this is a cable operator, not a sports betting company. And cable operators have been destroyed. This is a virtual cable operator, so online. They're called virtual MVPDs. Multi-video program distributor. But the revenue model is not attractive on these MVPDs, which is why the ones that do video and broadband tend to focus on broadband. So broadband meaning Wi-Fi versus cable TV subscriptions, because broadband is a lot more attractive. So held the support fine, 32. Need to be careful with it going into earnings, which I believe is going to be extremely risky holding it into that. FUTU. I'm sick at this one. Was over this one at 40 and sold it prematurely. But you can see what it's doing. You get that A, B, and now trying to get up to that C peak, which would be up here, 1, 2, 3 equal measure. So just visually, just eyeballing it, be up to that 270 level. So you can get equal measure there to there, and you're looking for, let's say, 260, 520. It'd be 780. Yeah, so exactly where I had it, 270 up there. So you have the A, the B, and the C peak up here. So this one looks good if it breaks. I'm definitely adding this one to my watch list again. FUV, another one. EV's gonna get crushed with Tesla weakness, so not much there. I'll leave it on my watch list still. So FUTU I definitely really like for that move back up to 270 C peak. Yeah, it would be a intermediate term move. But you can see it's come down 25% already off of the 200, so it's at 150. So nice pullback, bounced here, and now looking for that slingshot back up, and then eventually that move up into the corner up there, 275. Fiverr, best of best, continues to crush it here. You'd look for that 340 retest when it breaks this resistance, call it 275. FWONK, like this one, Formula One Racing, definitely a COVID lagger, but it should get up to 72 over time. May pull back here a little bit more. Let's see. $42. So not too much risk here. But I do like this for that move up into the overbought to reflect the oversold. So looking for a move to 70 over the long term. GAN, you have the full move, so not much there. It's on the support now, but it went for that full retest. GBTC, I saw a position. Bitcoin strength will push this up to 80. Longer term, GE, yeah, look at that. Got all the way up to that 13 level I was talking about. So, and rejected right there. So another successful one. Gilead, nothing, but it hit that resistance at 69 and broke down. GM, looking for the move to the overbought. 70. GNOG, Golden Nugget Online Gaming, destroyed still. Grocery Outlet, nothing. GoCo, I got the move already, so I'm just removing this. Although, actually, I need to do some research here, because how many times do I show you this pattern of the full retest, and 95% of the time it gets up there. So this one looks pretty damn good for the move, for that full move over time. Want to look into the fundamentals here, but it's held this channel fairly impressively. Call it right here at 1320, almost approaching that support again. So that one's good. Gove, destroyed. Not sure. What is this? This is another. This is Bitcoin, right? It's gonna leave that there. I think this is Bitcoin, if I remember correctly. Gonna add an alert. See if we can get at that reversal 14. GoGo, nothing. Gold, nothing. Goose, like this one for that move up to 70. GoPro, nothing. Grow Generation, GrowCo. So weakness stripped out with the rest of the market here. It's on that support line. Looks pretty good if it can kind of reverse above this resistance. I call it high 47. So looking for that reversal out, and then you'll get that extension up to the 90. So I like this for the intermediate term. Definitely one of the better weed stocks. Green Sky, nothing. GT, nothing. Hasbro, you know my thoughts there. Getting up to that eventual overbought at 180 plus longer term. Here, right on that one to 30. Hexo, weak with the rest of weed. I'm just removing that for now. HHC, it's on that support, so guess it looks halfway decent. In that wedge, I use TD Ameritrade. It's possible, but had this drawn out, and it looks like it's playing out here, so you're getting that cup and handle here on gold. So may kind of trade sideways here, and then you'll get that eventual expansion out. So HC, looking for that move to 130. Just gonna watch that one. Hilton, laggard. So that's still a longer term trade idea here. Looking for the move up to 180. At Home Group, gonna move up to 41 here. I may take a shot at this one again. I like the positioning. You can see kind of that's the center, and you're looking for the symmetrical move. So looks pretty good in my opinion here. HRTX, nothing. Got that on HSBC. HYL, nothing. HGO, another strong retailer similar to CWH. IBKR trying to get up to the $80 level. IBM, definitely some weakness here. See, there is support right here, which is where it kind of traded down to on the daily. A little bit more room. Need to say if it breaks down, then you're going to see a massive roll here, or not massive, but $5. IIPR, believe that's a weed, so gonna trade in line with the sector. IMAX, don't like that company, just removing that. INSEE, nothing to do there. Infin, nothing. Here, let me just go to WWE since I know you're gonna ask on that. Yeah, so fundamentally really strong here. If you kind of strip out this oversold, it's pretty much on. Ooh. It's on that kind of support line there. Let's see. Looking for that turn. It's a good long-term investment for sure. I think your analysis on the long-term fundamentals is fair. This could be a double over time for sure. Don't think WWE is going anywhere. Nice fundamentals, digital apps, partnerships, etc. should bring this long-term up to that full retest level. Tesla. So Tesla's, I mean, this all just depends on the broader market. So this came down all the way. Let's see. To pretty much the 50 here. And kind of held this line here. If we get that move to the corner, then I think this is going much higher. But it's going to depend on if we can get stimulus and then market strength through mid-year, which typically happens if you look at seasonality. And then if the NASDAQ gets up into this corner, then I'd be a seller on a lot of these things, because I think up here you can get a 20% crash. NEO, I don't look at the fundamentals there, so I can't help you, but it's interesting, so it's on my watch list because I like that move. I don't know what the hell all these lines are, but I like that for this move up here again to that 85 level. But until Tesla's strong, all these are going to be weak. It is on some support here at 44, so I need to see it turn higher above this blue line here. Qualcomm. Oh. So definite weakness with the market here. But if it can, so all these ones that you're talking about are mega caps that you're not going to get. If the broader markets are weak, you're not going to get some miraculous move with majority of these. So when you're talking about the mega caps like this, they're going to move in line with the indexes. Very rare for them not to. So there's definitely room down here to 125. Can't rule that out. but it's approaching support right where it is, so you can see kind of base to base and then just extend that up. Once it turns, and if the market moves, then you're going to look for that move to 240. So like that, CRM already went through, so you can just scroll back in the video and see that. NLS. What does this do? But you can see it's on support here. So if you're going to play this for a reversal, back up here to 33, just keep a very tight stop loss at 16. MX, same thing. You can see semiconductor. So it kind of fell out of the channel a bit, but they brought it back into it. So you're looking for, this is a nice kind of W pattern here. And you're looking for that move back up to 23. So this one looks really good, like this. MX. Once again, if you're not in the Discord, definitely check it out. Posted a link up above. Use your follows and Twitch Prime subs if you got them. Greatly appreciate it. Here's the Discord link, and then you can just message me in the group. I'm the first one in the group on the right side, Brad, and can help you get set up there. But yeah, this is just one of our idea sessions, going through a bunch of stocks here, trying to find the best trade ideas that we can. So yeah, like that one. Let me go back to my list. So IRM, nothing there. Although, what is this? Iron Mountain long term. I don't know what this is. Gotta redo that. Jack X. Just deleting that. JBL. This one looks pretty good for that push up to 69. So definitely gonna keep my eye on this for intermediate term. JBL looks good. Jets should get up to that 35 mark as airline travel stabilizes. 33 to 35. JKS. Shit on with the rest of solar. Like, so it came down and kind of tagged this double bottom. Not really a double bottom because I didn't see the wicks, but it is trying to reverse here, and if it reverses like it should, then it should get up to 78, and then I'll probably clear a bunch because looking to take some profits and kind of let the rest ride. The move on JWN, kind of that U cupping back to retest 42 mark. Keysight best of best got up to 140. May need to come back a bit here into this 133. I think they missed earnings. Candy, not much there. Coca-Cola, just weak with the broader market. You can see the resistance right there. Once it breaks, then it will get up to the top of the channel, but gonna need the broader market there. Kroger did what I thought it did, so I'm just removing that. KSS, longer term trade idea. It's one of the stronger department stores, so looking for that to get up to 105. KWeb, one of the best China ETFs. That longer term moves to 150. Lamar Advertising is an out-of-home media operator. They do all the billboards. Obviously, COVID, people inside, so this one negatively impacted. But the longer term moves to 150 there. Laser hit with VLDR, so the whole sector is just getting destroyed here. But like the long-term play on these. So may look to add to both of those LiDAR technologies. Definitely interesting. This one is a pool operator, I believe, or a pool company. Leslie's Pool, POOL ticker, one of the best performers. So this one's definitely interesting for sure. Let's see, kind of holding that support, trying to reverse higher. Just gonna keep that there. Not much. LI broke down because Tesla's weak. Not much to do there. Lemonade was all over this at 60. Got up. Probably gonna come back into the support here at 114, but it's definitely possible that it bounces here on the previous resistance. LMT defense, you can see the longer term pattern is up to that 520 level, still looks good. Love had this one perfect, mapped out, oversold equals equal overbought, and got up there. LRCX, Lamb just continues to push higher. Semis are strong. Stride, not much there. Lightspeed, this one's getting interesting. May look to add this one, adding this back to my watch list. Let's see here. Let's see, that is the wedge it's in. Looking for this to kind of turn higher back into the 80 high 80s 90 ranges. Lulu best of best, definitely coming down here hard. To this $300 level. LVS, Las Vegas Sands, looking for that W pattern, push up to 69. Lamb Weston, another one, French fry operator, should eventually get up into the overbought. Negatively affected by COVID closures to restaurant industry. So slowly making its way back up there. LYV, Live Nation, breaking out, impressive. Let me go to Palantir. I'm going to have to get off here. And either I'm probably going to continue this tomorrow morning because I don't have much to do tomorrow. But Palantir trying to turn here. Like this one for the longer term move to 50. And see it's kind of has a nice baseline here at 24-ish, 23, and then the longer term moves up into this $50, $60, $55, $60 range. And that's kind of the equal measure. Which is always a good sign when you have the equal measure distance out between the peaks. So it makes sense, visually looks pretty good from a technical standpoint. Hit with market weakness, some earnings I believe that knocked it down. But for longer term holders, you're looking for this move up here. So it looks good. Yeah, approaching 2 hours, 10 minutes. I'm just going to kind of call it quits here, and I will be in the chat for remainder of the night. I'm just doing stuff in the background. Went through a decent amount of names. Think we have some pretty good ideas here to keep our eyes on, and I'll post the charts in the group for everyone to see. Yeah, this week I'll be much more active. I was very busy with my day job last week and just not wanting to look at the markets crash and burn. But let's see. Looking pretty strong here. So, like I said, if we can break above, finally got my blue back. So if we can break above my blue resistance here, then we're looking for that extension out. So still neutral position, but 2 green bars. Better than bloody red bars there that we've been so accustomed to the last week. Palantir should pop. Yeah. Well, ARC's definitely a big. When ARC buys, that's a good confirmation that it's a fundamentally strong company, because they're not going to buy on impulse. They're going to do all the work behind the scenes to figure that out. So, yeah, I think that's a good statement maker for how strong of a company Palantir is. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up there. If you're new, message me in the Discord. Brad in the top right corner. We can get you set up. And then we will go from there. All right. Sounds good, guys. Enjoy the rest of the night. Make sure to follow the channel. Use those free Twitch Prime subs if you got them. Appreciate those, and I will catch you in the Discord. Have a good rest of the night, and look forward to an active chat this week.